Hello? 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 Is this all working? This looks like it's working. Okay. Well, hopefully today there won't be as many connection problems as last time. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I've just been spending the morning setting up for all this stuff. Was having quite a time getting the computer ready. It was not wanting to connect to the internet at all. Alright. So let's see, what should I start doodling today? I doubt anyone's really in watching the video yet, so... just scribble. Oh, I know. I'll doodle an old Let's Player friend of mine. Skull Kid 3. How do I... Here. Okay. There we go. Yeah, years and years and years ago, back when Let's Playing... Well, Let's Playing existed before you, but back when it was young YouTube-wise, or younger, I wouldn't say really, there was a Let's Player that I watched, and I was actually the first viewer they had, like the day that they put up their first Let's Play video. And they were Skull Kid. He was... People knew him later on for his Endless Ocean Let's Play, but I knew him for... well, I knew them for, like, everything they did, but starting-wise for Lost Worlds, which was a 3D side-scroller on the Wii that I think you could only get on anywhere, which is... it's a problem I have with the internet online type of gaming, is that once those things are gone, there's no guarantee you'll ever see them again. That's always been an issue to me. Let's check here. I'm just checking some things right now. Go. Yeah, it says it's recording. Let's check this. It's right now. Maybe turn the music I have down a bit. Let's see here, where is it? Here it is. Okay. That help at all? I'll just assume that it did. Oh, hello, Bowyer, Daniel. How are you doing today? I assume you probably saw the little thing I put up on DeviantArt. Right now I'm just scribbling a Let's Player that I was friends with back before they stopped. They eventually stopped doing YouTube, but I always loved their stuff. Well, anything going on today? You have the honor of being the first person in the stream, I think. Unless someone's just hiding here, not doing anything. If the music is too loud, feel free to let me know. I've got a bunch of music here that I can choose from, or I can just turn it off. Oh, well, I hope the day goes well for you then. I had quite a trial getting this all set up today. The internet was not wanting to connect at all. So hopefully that doesn't mean too much bad stuff for the future of this stream. Yeah, I've actually had this guy show up in the comic, I think, once, twice. If not, they're going to show up. They're not ever gonna be a major role. It's more like a cameo of a person that I knew. Let's redo that little mouth there. Yeah, that's a happier smile. Right now we got music from a Nintendo 64 game playing. Actually, I should check this. Okay, that works. Yeah, I always like ambient tracks in video games. I used to draw to music like this when I was younger. Sometimes I'd put in like the Sonic CD in the radio or CD player and just turn that on. Yeah, if this character appeared at all in the comics, they would have been in just some background crowd scene. It's not someone that you'd really have the attention on or anything. But story-wise, if they get involved story-wise, it'd be for something later on in the series that has to do with the character from our time period that's caused some things to happen. That's how this character would be there. Yeah, I usually... Well, these days, I usually bounce back and forth between listening to some video game music, usually atmospheric type, or listening to a review while I work on comic pages and stuff. Right now, I was watching a Let's Play from, I think it was The Completionist, doing I Wanna Be the Guy, which is incredible anytime anyone does that game. It's such hell to go through. Yeah, there we go. Now, if you have any suggestions of what to draw, obviously YouTube friendly wise, feel free to give a suggestion. I am all ears at the moment. Yep, and here's a new stream going on, Shadow. Got a little, letting people know on DeviantArt before this time. always good to have both of you here. And it was pretty bit of a trial getting things to work today. The internet was not wanting to connect at all, so hopefully that doesn't mean too much disconnect, but if so, we know how that goes. Hope the music is not too loud or anything, and I'm being able to be heard correctly and stuff. Yeah, right here I was just drawing a Let's Player I used to know. This is how I always drew them and stuff. They had an old, crappy thumbnail. Well, not thumbnail, the profile picture I did for them. They still got it up there. They're not doing YouTube anymore, but it's there. They are... Skull Kid 3, if anyone wants to check them out. They will never update again, but if you want reference for this... But yeah, I just started up the stream a little bit ago. If anyone has any suggestions for what to doodle, I'm just starting, so... Let's see. What should I do next? Oh, it's Jet Force Gemini music. Maybe a drone soldier. If no one has ever... If you guys have never played Jet Force Gemini, it's a great, amazing Rareware game on 64. Alien bugs and threat to the galaxy type stuff. Yeah, I can probably do a Buzz and Woody. Now that I'm onto this, it'll take a little bit, but we'll get there. Yeah, I saw Toy Stories 1 and 2. I never saw 3 or 4, though. I know everyone goes on about how amazing 3 is and everything, but I've never gotten around to actually seeing it. I think I have 2 and 1 on my hard drive. One of my hard drives. I have multiple ones because I've saved so much stuff over the years from different videos that I've found and everything. That's the only way to make sure you got stuff forever, is grab it while you can. Yeah, I've heard people don't care for Toy Story 4 as much as 3. All I know was Bo Peep came back and was more of an action-adventure type character for some reason. Honestly, all I've thought about in the past few years for that type of stuff is how I just wish they'd have made a movie of Buzz Lightyear: A Star Command instead of the new version of Buzz Lightyear, because that classic Zurg is just hilarious and one of the funnest villains ever Disney has done. I'm gonna give this guy a machine gun type thing, but I made the barrel too small earlier. Well, you know how movies are these days. Usually not as interesting as ones that have come before. Still better than the new Velma show they've been showing off, though. I've only seen clips of that, but it looks extremely generic. Best Scooby-Doo ever, Zombie Island. No one can tell me otherwise. It's the terror. Bit of a cuter soldier than in the actual game. Of course, the actual game is Nintendo 64 graphics, so... And, yeah, everyone's going on about how horrible Velma looks. Oh yeah, that was... The Aliens were the movie right after Zombie Island. It was really kinda cool, cause like... Well, they had the Ghoul School, which did have real monsters, but once you got into the 90s stuff, it was like legitimate, shocking, more serious feeling type of reveal that there are actual monsters. I did like how in, what was it? Is it, come on Scooby-Doo, blah da 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 da. It was the one that had, like, the sheriff and stuff, and they were in that town and everything, that series. I liked how, for the flashback of that, they used what was obviously the pup named Scooby-Doo designs for when they were little. That was cute. Alright. Let's get on to Buzz and Woody. Classic Pixar mascots. Yeah, Buzz has always been a really simple design. A lot more so than Woody, but that's just because Woody has, like, texturing to his cloth and everything. Up Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo, up Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo. Yeah, usually when Hanna-Barbera did the kid versions for, like, show ideas for their stuff, it was usually not that good. But Pup Named Scooby-Doo felt like it was actually a legitimate effort in that instance. Me and my brother had, like, multiple Buzz Lightyears and, like, multiple ships for him. And we had, like, all the Buzz toys they came out with. And then we had, the stuffed animal of Woody, where if you pulled the string on his back, he would actually say his lines, like in the movie. To infinity and beyond. And we also had the Sega Genesis game, which I remember the ending of, but I don't remember getting to the ending, so I must have done like a cheat code. I remember the nightmare sequence with like the giant Buzz Lightyear boss battle just scared me to death when I was little. I've got a lot of my toys still, but a lot of them are in boxes back in Iowa. My brother had the blue Charizard toy, the shiny one. know that's in the box back there. Little potato face. I've always wanted to get the PS1 Toy Story 2 game because we rented it from Blockbuster. It was really fun, but we never actually bought the thing. I think the PS1 is the system I have the most games for, if I remember correctly. It's like, I think over 50 games I have for that system. All the CD cases are in the closet right now. But hey there, partner. Got a snake in my boot. Oh, I can definitely find a copy of the game on eBay. I found it in, like, old game stores back in Iowa, and just never actually picked it up. Did get Martian Gothic, though, which was like $5. Yeah, they made quite a few different Toy Story games back when the movies were... well, each time the movies came out. I think the last time they did, like, a real game for one was for 3. But I haven't really kept up on the Toy Story game stuff lately, so... Yeah, some of the older toys in general get a bit pricey. Still have all my Bionicles somewhere. I have every comic of that series still. Yeah, with Woody and Buzz, you kinda got the two different ends of the quote-unquote boy toy spectrum, with the space and cowboy themes going on. I was always more of a space person. And cowboy stuff, it can be fun, but it was always more boring to me. I do like the old black and white serial of the Lone Ranger, though. And Daredevils of the West is great. And serials were those really old live-action, stay tuned for next week, whenever they show the characters almost get killed, and then you'd have to go back to the theater the next week to see what happens. They'd play those before movies instead of commercials and stuff back then. Does he have a star? I'll give him a star. Obviously, I don't have any material in front of me to really look at for the characters. Oh yeah, the blooper stuff. Or, I guess that wouldn't really be a blooper, just so much as, like, a change they did. Okay, this buzz is annoying me. I'm going to look up what he actually looks like to try and fix the face. Thankfully nowadays when you look up Buzz, it goes to the action figure rather than Buzz Aldrin. Yeah. I knew I had the dome too small, the head wasn't given enough room to really... But what I should do is just make the head first. Yeah, hopefully this isn't too many streams in too quick of succession or anything. Going to eat those mallow marshes, Woody. I did have the PS1 Bugs Life. I do remember beating that, and that was before we had a memory card. Never have beaten the game after that, though. I was pretty sure Buzz Aldrin was still alive, but maybe not. He is really old by this point. Last I remember was seeing a video of him punching someone in the face that was accusing him of not ever going to the moon, really. Which was hilarious to watch. Yeah, Woody and Buzz are from the era of 3D where they kept the designs a lot more simple. In general, that's something people tend to do anyway, just to make animating easier, no matter what dimension you're working in. Let's see, he has that weird chin thing, right? Oh, Bug's Life can get really... Like, it's not bad, it's just some of the stages can be kinda... difficult, I guess? I just remember getting through it, like, and playing it again later, and even after getting the memory card, thinking, how did I beat this game? My mom was always the one to beat Ren and Stimpy, Stimpy's Invention on the Sega Genesis, and Dad always got to the end of Sonic 2 on the Genesis and died every time on the final boss. He could never beat that thing. I didn't beat it until, like, years later. Although back then I could only get up to Chemical Plant, the second level, and then... no. Maybe Aquatic Ruin or Casino Night, but never actually into the game. Yeah, there's Woody and Buzz. Oh, that's always whenever they make a 3D movie and then release the art books of those, you really want to like see that stuff animated in 2D, because they always have such amazing artists working on stuff. Like Wreck-It Ralph, how like they actually animated 2D parts for like the beta version of it that you can find, and it looks incredible how well they move and everything. And it also has character cursing in one scene. Yeah, but... yeah, Anttrone, Buzz Lightyear, Woody. That's probably not a very great Woody, but it's what I'm sticking with. Oh, that's a... I just found a very terrifying Buzz Lightyear on the search engine. Alright. Maybe... I'll do a little Emperor Illuminator Doko thing here. Villain of the series. Oh, I just found this Buzz Lightyear on Google that was just horrifying to look at. They, like, over-detailed his skin and eyes and stuff. I can't show, like, the internet window on the stream. I'm not sure why, but it only lets me show the drawing program on here. Just take my word for it, though. It is the stuff of nightmares. Yeah, here's Illuminator. And no, it's a toy that they did. It's not the new design. It is very clearly the original. It's just they put too much detail into making it, which just makes it look creepy. Someday there will be toys of Doko's stuff. Toys and gashapons. I do plan, once I, like, release physical... I guess once I complete the, Doko stuff and release volumes of it, that there'll be like a side image that you can make with when you line the books up, and they'll have all the characters like how Dragon Ball does it. I'm not sure. Well, I probably would want a Doko figure as one of the first ones. He is the main character, and I do love doing stuff of him. Yeah, preferably I'd get, like, figures and plushes of all the characters. Tesley, Mech, Doko, the Diabolic Angels, Sake, Monolical, all that stuff. Sake's would just be... have a evil grin, or just look very angry. Illuminator, the quote-unquote rightful ruler of reality. The stereotypical I'm going to take over everything character. Yeah, you can get things looking like stop motion, you just gotta give a lot of effort to make it actually look like it's stop motion. If people pretend or don't realize when they talk about things like 3D animation a lot of times that it really is not limited. It just depends how much work you put into it, like with any form of animation, to get it looking the way you want it to. Yeah. Doko Repilzo. I don't know if Doko is going to hate Illuminator or not. He's usually not a hateful person, but there is at least one or two characters that Doko is going to hate by the end of the series, and that he will have no problems trying to kill. But obviously, you have to be a very, very horrible, evil person for him to want to do that. Angry. I guess he'd probably hate his other reality self that's like the evil version of him. But that's standard for like hero-villain or hero-evil doppelganger relationships. Yeah, Doko's definitely got a bit of Goku in him. Loves to eat stuff and is a complete moron that knows how to fight and helps people and stuff. More so classic Goku than Saiyan Goku. Goku kinda really changed quite a bit as Toriyama made up more stuff and then forgot things that he was making. Toriyama is one of the most, I guess, lazy comic makers I have ever seen in my life. Those goggles are not doing it. It's way too close to his eyes. Do I even have the face right? Maybe bring that out. There we go. Yeah, one thing Doko always loves is sushi. These days, Toriyama feels more like a guy that just sort of comes in and gives the thumbs up to, forget the guy's name that's doing the comic now, but does that. It feels like that's the most he really contributes by this point. Yeah, Toriyama always went with what he thought was fun. Yeah, Toyotaro. Like, Dragon Ball is clearly a series he just made up off the top of his head as he went along. Now we can get to the hair. Well, I do hope everyone here is doing alright. Enjoying whatever shenanigans you people are up to. I assume you're still on your way, on your trip, Daniel. I'm still recovering a bit from the pains of this morning. Body pain stuff. But I'm just thankful this is actually working right now. Saga and Doko's comics are going to have a bit of, I guess, darker moments in it than the first saga. Like, I can't say anything because that'd be spoiling stuff, so just know that there is going to be some very tense stuff in the coming years for the comic. Mech is definitely more bold towards women than Yamcha. No, there is you will not find... Mech personality-wise would probably be more of a mixture of Bulma or Bulma's dad and Master Roshi. And sometimes when I wanna make things look more serious, I put in that extra line to divide the teeth. Just makes things look more angry, usually. Alright, Woody has a vest thing. There we go. Little vest for Woody. Yeah, I was going to draw Illuminator a bit different, but we haven't gotten to where they get to outer space yet in the comics, so he's still looking like he is currently. Like, his outfit doesn't really change, but some things he can do change a bit later on in the series. Have I watched any old shows that I like? Well, yes, I have seen many shows throughout my life. There's Metabots, there's Transformers Animated, obviously, Beast Wars, Reboot, Kids Next Door, Ed, Ed and Eddie, modern Disney stuff like Star Forces of Evil, Gravity Falls, Amphibia, or Amphibiland, and I could go on all day about the shows that I've seen and liked. Vader Zim, Let's see. Most of the Sonic cartoons I like. Adventures of is just good for a wacky good time. Sad AM is nice, has more thought put into it than Adventures of, but in Season 2, Robotnik kinda becomes a joke a lot of times. Sonic X is mediocre at best to me, and that's even in the Japanese version. Sonic Boom is surprisingly hilarious most of the time. And then Bomberman Jetters is like arguably the best video game show I've ever seen. And I've not seen Sonic Prime, but I know it looks like it's fun and it's a multiverse thing. Although, going through the different universes, I knew they probably wouldn't do it, but it's a very missed opportunity to me to not have them meeting the other show Sonics if they're doing that. Like, the Cyborg Amy is very clearly the bunny rabbit of that universe and stuff, and it's like, you don't need to do much to really get it to mix with the other universes that already exist. That would be great to do, but it looks like it's fun. Yeah, Sonic Boom is pretty hilarious to watch. I love the part where Eggman's in the time loop, and he's like, none of this'll matter anyway, and this'll just reset. And Goobot just pours coffee on him and walks out. Oh yes, Cyborg Amy is very popular these days. It's the natural order of the internet anytime a new female character design is introduced. I'm spending way too long doing this Doko Illuminator thing. Yeah, after the last stream I did not realize how draining that was. Like, I didn't do anything the rest of the night and went to bed early. That was very tiring. I was surprised. Let's see. This. I'm surprised there's not more people tuning into this stream. Let's see here. Well, yeah, get that off. Stop. No? Sorry, I'm just messing around with internet stuff. Well, any questions you desire to ask, I am right here ready and waiting. Anything anyone wants to say, feel free. This is an open forum. Oh, Season 2 True Colors of Amphibia is arguably the best episode of that show, so I was very happy. It was nice to see a show that put forth that type of animation for that type of moment, and did not hold back when doing the emotions they were going for. Just a screw you to Disney in doing as much dire stuff as they wanted to. And then there was the bit that was cut out during Marcy and, Sasha and Anne's fight in the storyboards, where, if you look, Anne is clearly trying to murder Sasha there. It was... I understand why that part did not get into the episode, but even with stuff cut out, it was still a great finale. I want to say the ending of the show was really good, but I don't know if it can top True Colors. There's Doko, he's got some messed up goggles, but whatever. Doko and Illuminator. Emperor Illuminator. Speaking of Amphibia, let's do a little Sasha there. Little spark coming out from the sword next to her face. It's too close to her face, that would be cutting into her. Well, there was also the cut-out joke after credits scene of the final episode of Amphibia, where Anne does return after like 80 years or whatever to the Guardian and can't remember him because of old age and just passes on. Leaves him to set the whole story up all over again for whoever finds the next stones and stuff. I did do a little doodle after those episodes, though, of like Anne and Sprig in the afterlife with her as a guardian, and they're like shooting marbles, which are like worlds, like actual planets. They're using as marbles for like little soccer goal stuff. Yeah, for Sorry, they never really got there, or what the connection to the Allspark is, but for my stuff, it's, from what I put together of what was going on in Animated, it felt to me like she was supposed to be like a physical body of a Vector Sigma node. And so, in my stuff, my version of Transformers, it'd have implications of that she is a Vector Sigma piece, pretty much, that's living and stuff. Well, if Anne became a Guardian, I'm pretty sure she'd have access to the afterlife, so she could probably just call Sprig over to play a game or something anytime she wanted. Yeah, sorry in that idea is pretty much an extension of Primus. Like Primus's mind, but having been made into a human type thing. In my universe of Transformers, the implication for the Primus stuff is that Primus was trying to, like, understand life, in organic life in particular, and that independence that it would always exude was why he stuck to mechanical life forms. And that's why, because every time he tried to do an organic one, it would break free and he would not be able to feel anything from it anymore, so he couldn't ever understand organic life like he wanted to. And that's what he's aiming for, kind of, is the idea. Ugh. Yeah, I put way too much thought into the stuff I make up. But you've seen all the reference sheets I've done over the years. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I'm checking things here. Just a sec. Let's see. Okay. Back to this stuff. Oh, if you're looking for a crossover between Transformers and Amphibia, there's all sorts of interdimensional, inter-universal stuff that goes on with Transformers, and they already have, like, technology to theoretically get back to Amphibia even without the stone, so universe crossing is not that much of a problem. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, for actual God, if you're talking about, like, the Hebrew different variations, but it's all basically the same story anyway. So. The Elohim and all that. I actually do classify some of the different angel types in Doko's stuff in the lore. Probably won't get too much into that stuff. Sasha nearly getting beheaded or something right there. Yeah, maybe some armor. Not sure what the armor would be from. Well, for me, when you get into the god stuff and all that, it is... I always think about the laws of physics, pretty much, where energy, matter cannot be created or destroyed and stuff. And it's like, well, okay, but if that's the case, how did it start? Like, if you're going by that logic, and it may just be a mortal way of thinking, like, it may be just such a grand concept that it's hard to process, but I would think that matter and energy and whatnot would have a beginning, like, at some point. But to just have it all exist is... It feels like something must have started it and created it. And that's what feels to me like it lends the idea that there is something that started everything. Yeah, Sasha's one to sort of charge into situations. It was... lost 2 toad friends that way. Let's see, is this too... No, it's not too big. I do like... There's this part where Grime and her are fighting King Andreas, like... I forget if it's during True Colors or the episode afterwards in the Flash. Andreas hits Sasha, and she just, like, drops to the ground, like, dead, it looks like. And then a few seconds later flips over to dodge him. It's like just this really cheap animation that's done in the background. Curious looking. No, I don't think that's too big of a horrible confession or anything. Kids Next Door is always a fun time. Yeah, the old crossover comic I used to do, the Mega Crossover of Awesome, I still have ideas for it that I think up, but I just never have time to work on it. And at one point, Samurai Jack was gonna end up in Amphibia, and have to try and get back to his universe from there, but he'd go through various different universes, like Star Forces of Evil, and Loud House, and all that stuff. Yeah, Andreas is kind of a overpowered bad guy. It's just that Anne had powers to deal with him. He's a great fun bad guy, though. He reminded me of, like, Beast Wars Megatron and his enthusiasm and stuff. Well, I'd like to work on the Mega Crossover of Awesome more, but then I wouldn't be able to work on all the other stuff I already do, and that's already pushing things. That's on top of the body pains and all that stuff. Well, I've got various crossovers that I've come up with. Alright, now I'm trying to do Lincoln Loud. have not drawn him in a while, so may have some of the details wrong. I'm pretty sure I remember him. Yeah, Mega Crossover of Awesome was going to have 3 different pre-sagas. Would have started in the Prime Transformer universe, had the animated characters there, would have had Shredder Sharel from 2003 come back to the Turtles universe. The first season would have, well, first saga would have ended with, it would have had animated Megatron taken over the Decepticons in the Prime universe, and when Prime Megatron broke out of captivity, in desperation, he used the interdimensional universe teleporting technology Neocortex and Eggman had developed and stuff, which they'd use to bring Ridley to the Prime universe. He'd use it to get a character from the strongest universe it could detect, and that bring Kid Buu to the Prime universe, which would just be chaos until they managed to get him warped back into the Dragon Ball universe. That's how the first saga would have ended for that comic. Loud House always has pretty simple characters to draw. It helps that Chris Savino is sort of a veteran in classic cartoon design. I seem to remember somebody or some series doing a Megatron combiner with different Megatrons. Can't remember if that was a fan thing or official, but I want to say it was official from some obscure toy line or something. For my universe's Megatron, he looks somewhat Armada-ish, but underneath his armor, you can see during the final fight when he's like Galvatron, they're fighting on Unicron. His armor gets broken a bit, and you can see like a more G1 design buried underneath the armor. Well, now I just have Lincoln right there, kind of by himself. Not sure what to add there. I'd make him older, but I would assume that he'd get a different design as he got older. Wouldn't have child head anymore. And maybe just slightly. Yeah, anything you guys want to know? Whoa. Why did it zoom in like that? Yeah, anything you guys want to know about my various different projects, I can tell you anything. Well, I hope those owls don't cause too much trouble. Yeah, I can tell you anything about the Transformers stuff I've made up for my universe over the years. Yeah, I'll make his head more thinned out by making it I was trying to play the Loud House theme song in my head just now, but it just keeps defaulting to the Star versus the Forces of Evil theme song for some reason. It's probably because of the instrument stuff. Yeah, Loud House always gave sort of a comic book vibe to it, with how things are like scritchy, scratchy feeling in the designs. And especially the backgrounds, how the shading's done with like that technique for the settings and stuff. Guess I'll do Lucy here. Lucy seems to be the most popular character other than Lincoln from that show. Yeah, unfortunately, from what I've seen, the Loud House is kind of just felt like it's running into the SpongeBob syndrome of Nickelodeon just having it made now just to have it keep going type of thing. Which it's not horrible, but it's like it feels like it's just going on to exist, kind of. You know, everyone loved Gaz when Invader Zim came out. And obviously everybody loves Raven. Goth girls are always a winning character to put in. Yeah, I'd have ended SpongeBob years ago. It is such a superfluous show to have around at this point. Let's see about getting a different piece of music in here. There we go. Always love this theme. And this is the theme that would play in the final saga of the Maximal Predacon time period of my Transformers stuff. have, like, all the Maximal characters on wanted posters and everything. Beast-era Megatron. His influence seeping across Cybertron. Sequences like that. Yeah, for the Mario movie, it looks fun. Obviously, Bowser is the best thing about it. But, yeah, it's... when I saw Mario, his eyes are too small. That's my main... Anytime I look at that, it's like, he needs bigger eyes. Other than that, it looks fine. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Cranky Kong in the background when he's fighting Donkey Kong, which is hilarious to me. Oh no. Yeah, don't want Lucy's head, like, being a blimp compared to Lincoln's. I love this theme. What is this? Privacy update. Some skeleton earrings there. Oh yeah, the Japanese know how to make their opening themes. Yeah, this is the opening theme for, it's either Beast Wars 2 or Beast Wars Neo. I think it's Beast Wars Neo. Yeah, this part of the song, sorry, would be watching the destruction of Cybertron in the air and stuff. Very dramatic imagery. All you missed, Bauer, was this amazing Transformers song that were the owls taken care of? Oh, I may have said too much about story elements for Transformer thing. Oh well. It's not like I ever update that stuff frequently enough for people to really care about spoilers. That dude. Let's see. What do I want to click for? Could do El Mañana. No, not that one. Ah, here's a good one. Oh. Yeah, here we go. Old Phendrana Drifts. And back to the scribbling. Yeah, all I really did for Lucy here was just give her a neck and make her taller. Yeah, the final parts of the Maximal Predacon stuff would have everything getting to Cybertron. It starts out on Earth, then the second season would have Leo Convoy's team go to Gaia, while Bumblebee works in his place as the leader of the Defense Force of Detroit, which is where Leo Convoy's team is, normally. And then the final stuff would happen when everything sort of converges over to Cybertron for the finale. The black and white-haired characters of the Loud House. And how's about a character I don't draw often enough? My video game hero, Xeno Hunter. Oh, well, I hope the owls aren't causing too much problems with that. Well, I'm sure you've seen Xeno Hunter over the years at least. He's got like a skull. He's a space pirate. He's not from Doko's time period, but he's from more around our time period in Doko's universe. Doko's like hundreds of years into the future from where we're at in the timeline. But Xeno Hunter's a space pirate. His game would be sort of a combination of Earthworm Jim gameplay and Kirby's Great Cave Offensive, where you're like going around this planet looking for treasure and stuff. There's this ancient space dragon said to be sealed away on it, which would be like the final boss. It's actually what is called a progenitor dragon, which is a species that participated in the Spawn battles, which were like the first big war of my universe. It had all the ancient races going against the Observers, who were trying to acquire the Catalysm Crystal, which is this artifact of insane amounts of power. And eventually, that passed into legend and myth and stuff, and societies across space just see it as sort of a fairy tale from times long past. The after effects of it end up making their way to Earth, which is what causes things for my version of Earth to happen throughout our time periods and Doko's time period. Oh, am I not... Shadow seems to be able to hear me. Huh. Yeah. Well, I hope you can get things worked out, Daniel. Maybe just the mute volume. Why did it do that? Oh, that's why. Okay. There's different levels of magnifying that the control number keys do. Okay. Yeah, Xeno Hunter, he's just some space pirate looking for treasure and ends up getting wrapped up in this whole big fiasco because he's after treasure that pertains to this space dragon from long ago. And it's never really said if, like, Xeno Hunter's a robot person or if he's organic, but he has, like, these gangly limbs that look like they could be cords. They can stretch and stuff. I've done animations of him on my... There are animations I put up on my YouTube channel and some on DeviantArt of, like, enemies of his, like, enemies in the game and of him that show you how he moves and how they move and stuff. It's very Earthworm Jimmy in how the animation is done. I actually did his animations on, like, the original animations for the game on this light table, this animation table my dad made for my high school graduation present. And it, like, I used physical paper and stuff for my early animations. Oh yeah, all I said... Ugh, get that off. What? Oh, ew. Thought it deleted everything there. What is going on? Okay. Everything's back to normal. All I said, Daniel, was, well, maybe it's some mute button or something on your end, since Shadow seemed to be able to hear me. But yeah, if you ever want to see Xeno Hunter, just look him up in my video search bar or on DeviantArt. There's quite a few things I did of him. I even, like, got this old crappy 8-bit music maker to try and make ideas for what the music in his video, in his game would be like. And he, my favorite track is the final boss track, which is, I think, Jewels of Hell, I think is the title, if I remember right. It was years ago that I made it, but yeah, it's when you fight the final boss, the space dragon Klendok. I tried to record myself making, like, animal barking noises and stuff to use for him, but if I ever do end up making it, I'm going to try and combine animal sounds together instead. Oh, for the animals, I was just saying, well, I do know that that can cause problems. Owls, like, native animals to the area. I hope it's not too bad of stuff. Yeah, Xeno Hunter, he runs into a character that Doko will meet. It's the queen of the space pirates, Queen Loris, who looks sort of like child size, but she is insanely powerful. And she'd be like the primary antagonist of his second game. And I think... Oh, I know, I had it thought out that there would be tons of cameos, like, throughout the game, you can go to restaurants and stuff to, like, replenish your health. And every so often, on certain occasions, you'd be able to see different characters from my universe eating at the restaurants. Like, you could go in once and there'd be... If you got lucky, you could see, like, Barbot and the Freaks there. Or you could see Doko and Mekmek and Tesley at a table together. That type of thing. And I thought that'd be a cute little way to just throw in little treats. Yeah, wild animals usually aren't too picky about what they eat. I did start to animate the chef that works at the restaurants, but I never got too far with him. The ones I did the best looking animations of were the Glump Glorbs, I think they were, and then the Bully Frogs, which are these frog enemies. I got pretty much all of the Bully Frog animations done. Yeah, there's always nice little details creators try to throw into their games. I've had so many game ideas over the years. Doko actually started... Well, Doko started as like an extension of the Freaks universe, which the Freaks are the 2000s, 90s time period of my version of Earth. But the Freak stuff started out as side-scroller ideas, and then Doko's stuff started out as Jak and Daxter mixed with Mega Man Legends video game ideas, gameplay-wise. But I ended up doing a comic, because it's like, I'm not gonna get to the games at this rate, so I know how to make a story, so I'll do a comic instead. And that was probably for the best that I did it that way. Oh, well, we used to have bats that flew through our house in Iowa, so I know what those are like. Yeah, here's Xeno Hunter. Always on the lookout for more treasure. Yeah, he never talks. He's more like a Chow in that he will express his emotions from the ball on top of his head. I like that. And I know for the second game I had it planned out he could actually, like, grab the emoticons from the top of his head and use them as, like, weapons and stuff at one part, but I don't know if that would end up being a thing in the final thing. Oh, my comics are far better than they used to be, I do know that. And I do love making comics. Just wish I could find a way to actually make money off my stuff. Okay, let's see, what all do we have here? That's too far, isn't it? No? Alright, that's looking nice. Skull Kid, Force Gemini, Buzz, Woody, Doko, Illuminator, Sasha, Lucan, Lucy's. Well, if I ever get the opportunity, I will definitely make those games, but I need to actually get the programs to do that first. I already have animations and everything made, and some backgrounds, some music. It's just the matter of getting the programs and the time, and with, like, as little money as I usually have, it's always a work in progress for everything. But yeah, that's Xeno Hunter. I guess I'll do another intergalactic citizen down here. This guy is a villain from another series I had planned, which is... I don't know if I ever came up with a name for the series. I always referred to it as TV Demon stuff, because that's what the villain is. He's a TV demon. He lives on the planet TV Hell. His name is Master Raster, his sister is Mistress MPEG, his dad is Don JPEG. That kind of naming convention for them. Yeah, I'm just hoping I have the time to do anything. I do worry about these pains in my body sometime eventually just taking me out, but not at that point yet, so still going. Oh, he has a... I think his nose is like... it's pointed a bit. But it's a more detailed nose than other characters, because he's like a giant. He is like the size of 2-3 stories tall. He towers over other characters. Yeah, I usually draw him smiling, just evil grin, razor-sharp teeth. I kinda made him to sort of just be a conglomeration of all the scary stuff I could think of design-wise, like the kids would be afraid of. But he is very childish, and, well, not childish, just more... his family steals like, they take over other worlds and steal the energy from those worlds to get better cable reception, so they have more channels to watch and stuff. And he usually is just laying around in TV Hell watching TV. That's about all he does. It's just that when the latest world, the character from there that notices the energy leave and stuff, he goes out to get it back, and that forces Raster to have to do something about it. Well, it says we got one person watching, but... bang. Okay. Okay, he's got a exposed brain up here. go. Alright. Well, I hope you have a good day, Shadow. And I guess I will see you again at some point. Before you go, here's what we got done while you were here. And best of luck on all the stuff you're working on. Let's see. Wonder how long we've been going. Oh, about an hour and 40 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Well, have a happy Friday and a good weekend. I'm just gonna keep finishing up Mr. Raster over here. I'm assuming you're at your dad's by this point, Bowyer. I'm getting a bit hungry. Yeah, Master Raster, he's one of the most... I always like messing with the emotions of him, because, like, when he gets really angry, his eyes get, like, filled with static and stuff. He's got these a lot more muscular and intimidating than other characters, but he's not personality-wise, he is not the most... Not the guy you'd be afraid of the most if he wasn't as big as he was. Yeah, I figured you were at your dad's place if you were dealing with the owls and all that. Yeah, there was a night where I was walking Sparky years ago. And there was this noise that I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. And I looked up, and there was just this owl there on a lamppost, just looking down at us. It didn't do anything, it just kept watching us as we were on the walk. Give him his cape there. Oh, yeah. I feel the pains right now. Gotta keep working. Keep working, keep making. I'm alive, I gotta create. How I operate. Well, I hope the music choice is alright. Usually have ambient music that I do when I'm making stuff. Although, since you were gone, you may have completely missed that Transformers Japanese music I had on. Put in some black there. There we go. Very basic raster. Yeah, I guess do the black here also, just to make the arms pop out more. There we go. All nice and contrasty. I've gone to the doctor numerous times over the years, it's just they've never found anything wrong, so... And it's like thousands of dollars to go. So, eventually I just stopped and figured, well, if it kills me, it kills me. That's how that is. Just gotta keep going. Yeah, there's Master Rasker. It sounds like Grandma's cleaning something out there. Let's see. Music. Let's switch it over. This. Alright. Yeah, when I get to this part, I sorta have trouble thinking after a while of what to doodle. If I could think of stuff to doodle, like, all the time, I'd be getting stuff up every day, like, multiple times a day on DeviantArt. Just scribble after scribble after sketch. And, what do I want to do here? I want to have a character that's jumping. I think I know what I want. I'll do a Zelda thing here. I always loved Rareware's music. And it's always a shame to me that they never got to make, like, Dinosaur Planet, that it had to be Star Fox. Because Dinosaur Planet looked like such a good idea. And, like, Star Fox Adventures is good, but it would have been better as Dinosaur Planet. You know, Rareware always knew how to come up with great ideas. Make Link a bit angry here. I like the upper lip. Need to work on the lower one. Problem... Yeah, I guess that'll work. For now. If I want to, I'll edit it. And since you're looking up at him, you can see the upper teeth, like, the back area of them and stuff. Gotta put the tongue in. Yeah, usually the tongue is the part that you do the most. You played Dinosaur Planet? What? Well, if you have access to that, then please feel free to share it, because that never came out. Unless you mean Star Fox Adventure, which it got turned into. Which, if that's the case, yeah, it's a bit of a game to get through. Should I leave the tongue out? It's getting in the way there. Should I... I'm just gonna redo the whole bottom part of the mouth here. Yeah, that's better. Would you see the teeth? No, not the bottom ones. And I guess separate the teeth. Yeah, I figured it was Star Fox Adventures you must have been talking about. Yeah, the main problem with that game to me was that... Well, my main problem was all the times where you got an item, and it went through that whole dun 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 dun, and it like showed the animation of him picking it up, and that got old. But it's a beautiful looking game. The GameCube in general had amazing looking games. Would his foot be out like that? No, we'll do it like that. There we go, that's better. Yeah! Yeah, if nothing else, doing these streams helps with, like, talking and stuff, which I normally don't do that much of. I'm usually working too much to really say much. Although I do go out sometimes, and when I'm at the bookstore having, like, tea, there'll be someone that sits next to me and chats, but that's not an everyday thing. Now, I want to have his hair out still. Oh wow, yeah, you were at the very beginning of the game there. Yeah, Yeah, I've beaten the game, I think, 2 times, but I usually don't stick with it. Although after I beat a game, normally, I don't usually stick with a game that many more times, because I'm always thinking of the next thing to do. Now we have a dilemma. I do this sword as tall as it needs to go. It's going to cut Lucy up. So, we are going to drag Link out of there. That is the eraser tool, that is not the selection tool. Why is this not letting me select? Okay, that works. There we go, just pull him down. That's better. The Blade of Evil's Bane. It's very thick, apparently. Yeah, that's better. Do the speed line. Alright. That'll work. Oh, Valier, if, I don't know if you're behind at all, but if you are, I would recommend hitting the, like, pulling the time bar of the video up to the end of it so you can see what the current message is or what I'm saying is. I don't know if you are, but I'm just saying, in case. Yeah, usually there's just so many games out there to get to that to stay on one just feels kind of like a waste of time to me. Unless there's just like, well, these days games in general don't tend to appeal as much to me as older ones did, so I don't have as much incentive to go after many ones, but back when I was doing more of them. Oh. Is the stream... Let me see here. Huh. Well, it says the stream's still going. Well, hopefully it's not too bad. I am checking something right now. Come on, come on. Yeah, the internet has been pretty horrible today for me, so I don't know how this is going. Like, the video itself is. But I was able to get you and Shadow, so that is something. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Yeah, this internet is not wanting to load some things. Sorry, just checking some things here. Right, got that. It's in all caps for some reason. Take that off. Well, as long as you're enjoying it. I live to entertain. Ow, ow, ow. Get off. There. Okay. Jews in space? What? No idea what that's about. Yeah, having not done videos in a while, like commentary for videos, I'd forgotten how exhausting it can be to just keep talking for so long. Okay, back to the drawing. And those will get in the way of the hat, so get those there. Usually give Link a little raggedy, poncho-y upper area for the tunic. Although that might make it look like he has a beard, so I will leave that off. Go. Heck. Hey. That. This. Get that out of the way. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go, a more fitting track for the subject. Good old windmill theme. I actually used this track for when I was doing the Thanksgiving speed paint. That one actually went pretty quick. I was just trying to do something while the food cooked. Okay. That's about half of what this stream is just me going, okay, yeah, that looks good, okay. Well, I do hope things are going alright on the other side of the pond, as they say. If I remember correctly, you are over there, Valure. Going to put down a tiny bit of color for Link. Ugh. Wrong. Yeah, that's better. Am I an incremental? Block? Yeah, it's an incremental. I don't want that for that. This Link is just seeing red and attacking. Got a wild boy on the loose. Boo. And that's the other part of this stream, is me sighing and making voices and stuff. And my favorite Zelda game is probably Wind Waker. If it's not that, it'd be Majora's Mask. I never really was a huge fan of Ocarina of Time. It's fine, but it was never one that really appealed. I always kind of wanted to see, well, what I want is a remake of A Link to the Past. Although if they're gonna do remakes, I prefer they start at the original and go in order. But I doubt that's happening. Love the artwork of the Oracle games. And yeah, I'm coloring it all on one layer. Not really any sense in making a whole picture with all the, like, bells and whistles for this. And there we go. Yeah, it just looks purple again. It's better. It's better. But would it be better as white? Yeah, I can always erase it a bit, make it a bit more translucent. There we go. Let's head up here. That's incremental. Get that off. Yeah, pit. And Wind Waker was the main one for the GameCube. Yep, that's where Toon Link came from. And technically a far, far future sequel to Ocarina of Time. And that Toon Link one, the Wind Waker, is arguably my favorite game of the series. I'm gonna give him some darker hair. If it's just yellow, it's a bit hard to make out as you're doing it on white. Oh, the music's not going. Let's put on something else. Something else. What do I want? Welcome to my life. Do that. Moonlight Sonata, El Mañana. Centipede, Goemon. That get too repetitive? How long is that? Yeah, we can try this. Oh yeah, there's like, well, originally there were thought to be 2 universes, which was like, if Link, like the timeline where Link beat Ganon as an adult, and then the timeline where he went back in time. This is Ocarina of Time, where he went back in time and told them about what Ganon was going to do, and then they just arrested him so it wouldn't be a problem, which leads to Wind Waker. No, that leads to Twilight Princess, because he's like, they show him afterwards restrained and about to be executed for what he was gonna do. Then the one for Wind Waker was where he defeated Ganon as an adult. And he eventually broke free of that seal hundreds of years later. And then the hero of time never showed up again, so the gods had to flood the land, and that's why there's a giant ocean in that. And then there was the third timeline that they made up, which is kind of dumb to me that there is a third timeline, because it's like, well, what if Link never beat Ganon? And it's like, that did not happen, though. We do not play that, and now you're just making stuff up so that you just have excuses to make more games and not have to connect them. But yeah, either way. That is what you call first world problems. I love Earthworm Jim music. I always like the color scheme of green and brown more for Link. So when I can, I like to color the shirt brown. It just feels more natural than white to me. More of a child of the forest look. But then you run into the problem with the pants, and it's because white works better since he also has the boots. But I'm just doing the entire undersuit brown. Yeah, Midna is a lot better as an imp, simply because there is nothing to the quote-unquote human form. It's just, there's a lady. All the personality comes in the imp form. There we go. Now let's do the green. Yeah, usually when I do sketches, the, digital sketch pages that I put up on DeviantArt, I usually want to add color, but I usually don't want to color everything, because it takes a lot longer, and I'm kinda tired by that point. But I feel that I need to get stuff out, otherwise people will lose interest and not want to come back and see stuff as much. But it's probably just my own paranoias talking there. I know at this point there are people that regularly come to see what I make. Okay, now what should I do for the boots? Maybe a darker brown? Yeah, that could work. Now, for Midna, if you want a beast, you should get to the end of the game and see what she can do. Because there is some pretty not quote-unquote, there is epic stuff in the finale. And she definitely has her moments there. For Ganon, I always liked his classic self the most, where he has armor and stuff and is blue and everything, standing on two legs, pig guy. And let's do a lighter color for the rims of the boots. I kinda wanna make the inside of the sole of the boot red, like Doko's, but that would not fit at all for Link. Yeah, I'll just make it dark. Yeah, that'll work. And then let's shade it up a bit. Yeah, this is just sort of a sloppy, let's make something, as this is just a stream sketch thing. Oh, Midna has definitely made her rounds on the internet. There is no short supply of material for her there. I think I might have figured out what the problem is with the stream continuing to stop, Bowyer. I think it might be your internet connection. Because that's what always happens to me if that's going on, is that the internet on your end just might not be working that well. And that might be what's causing that to happen. It's just my theory. I'm just happy my internet connection has worked at all. Because after that last time, that was horrible last time. And after this morning, I was worried that I wouldn't be able to do this at all. Yeah, looks a lot nicer now. Should I even... Now I'm wanting to add a... This is the problem I always run into when I do these. Is like, once I color something, I want to keep going. Make it look better and better and better. But it's like, if I do that, I can't move on to other stuff. And then I'll want to make everything on the page look better so that that doesn't stick out. But you gotta stop somewhere, so I am not coloring all of them though. Yeah, ow. I'll put in a very basic background. Just to have color in there. And, let's, despite my better judgment, keep going and add in some white to highlight it a bit. Well, if you have anything that you would like drawn, there is always still space right here to put something else in. Okay. Now he just looks shiny. Put in way too much white there. Yeah, when you have the pressure sensitivity on the stylus, you don't want to push down too hard. Just splotches the color in. Gotta treat it like an actual pen. Or I guess paintbrush. Oh, well, I'll probably think of something to make for that last area. Or I'll just readjust things to make it so that there's not a space left. Yeah, I need to delete some of that light. Get that out of there. Well, if I am ever over in your neck of the woods, Valier, is there any place you would recommend I eat over there? I do always like food. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can work with that. There we go. Now more peaceful music. Okay, let's just... Okay, yeah, I'll just stick with that. Well, that is generally how I am. Whatever gets you to survive. Well, I don't know, Fuchs might be good also. Yeah, I figured you didn't. I was just thinking of what that might be. Oh, fox. Yeah, I know you said food, though. And I do like food. I'm actually pretty hungry right now. I'm trying to think of one last thing to doodle here. I'm not sure what. Oh yeah, it actually looks kinda neat without the color there, with just the shading. Well, maybe that's what I can do for one of these, just the shading. And maybe Sasha up here. Gotta lower that acting. There we go. It kinda makes me think of a black and white comic where it'll, if it has detail, they'll put in like just shadows and stuff. It does save a lot of time rather than coloring the whole thing. Guess that's kind of what I do for Doko's comics, but it doesn't go that fast because I'm like literally putting graphite down and smearing it with my finger and stuff to get that effect. About 4 to 5 hours for that and the drawing. And then the 4 to 5 hours afterwards editing on the computer. Well, as long as things aren't against YouTube guidelines, it should be fine to draw. There we go. Yeah, this is making this look a lot better here. Just to have some sort of detail rather than just the black and white lines. Oh, we could do Malice. You want her in any specific pose? Mallet over the shoulder or something? Sorry, someone just messaged me. Trying to respond to them. Ow, 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 ow. Body pains, go away. Rip my organs out. Yeah, I'd shade Xeno Hunter, but there's not really much to him to begin with. It's like not covered in black. Yes, basic color Buzz Lightyear. Alright, well, we'll do her with the mallet over her shoulder then. Then that'll probably be the final one of the stream. Because I am getting very hungry. Yeah, since we're doing Buzz there, might as well color in Woody a bit. There's a snake in my boot. Okay. And now for Malice. It's always interesting looking at the development of more obscure titles of games. There's some tidbits here and there that the creators a lot of times don't realize how much goes into making a game, so a lot of stuff that ideas they have end up sometimes just not making it into the final product. And that's kind of what it feels like a lot of times when I see stuff of Malice. Alright. Have that on non-incremental. Do the incremental, that's what gets the solid erasing. Otherwise, it's just sort of transparent. Got those big, big ends of the genes here. There we go. Ridiculously poofy. Yeah, she's sort of a super deformed character. Yeah, if it's too difficult, I'll just make it not difficult and not add that much detail. It is just a little stream sketch. And obviously this will be on DeviantArt afterwards to look at. Yeah. Usually the face is where a lot of detail is for characters. Well, for deform, super deformed is what you call characters that have been made to look more exaggerated. Like SD Gundam, if you've ever heard of that, that stands for super deformed. It's super deformed Gundam, where they have like giant heads and small bodies and stuff like that. It's just the term for that type of design. It can be applied to a lot of different things, but that's the general consensus on it. Obviously, it's just a cartoony style is all. Yeah, her arm's coming out a bit too far there. There we go. Yeah, that's nice. Alright. That. Now, the hammer. Yeah. Amy Rose wishes she had this big of a hammer. Okay. That. But is it too big? If it is, I can shrink it. Whenever I hear the term clockwork, I always think of the boss Clockwork from Vector Man. Nowadays, the boss title of Clockwork would go to the owl from Sly Cooper. But back in the Sega days, that was a Vector Man bad guy. Which was just this Tinker type robot. It shot flame balls out of its head when you jumped over it. Worked at the bamboo mill. Bump, 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 bump. Go. Trace that out. This out. That out. Do the same for the bottom. Yeah. Oh, no, no, no. What are you? Yeah, putting, like, gears on stuff or ridges is always an easy way to, like, imply a mechanical design for something. It works for any situation you want to do a robot type character or robotic object in. There we go. She is all about the mechanical stuff. Or mechanical looking stuff. Oh, let's see. Yeah, put that line there. And just some indentations to show the mechanicalness in the background. Yeah, did not realize going in how many gears there were to the mallet. But I think we can make this work. Was it? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think it's 3. Gotta get it actually lined up. There we go. Oh, someone's messaging me. Sorry, just someone texted me something. There we go. Alright. Back to Malice. Town called Malice. I think it's 3 gears. But they don't look that thick. So, what I'm going to do is make it more than 3 gears. That is better. Okay. Okay, got that. And then that dip there. Oh, well, that makes sense with the ridges and curvature would definitely lend itself to a chopping things up kind of design. Alright, I think I got the basics on her. Now I am going to shade, because I want more than just the line work. And I think this will be the final piece I do. There we go. I don't know why I said here we go. It wasn't even done with the shading of the pants. It just felt like the thing to say at the time. Then after this, I need to get to work on doing the next comic page. Then back to work on the Invader Zim animation. These things don't make themselves, you know. I'm going to put on one last piece of music. What should I do here? Yeah, I guess this'll work. And this was a piece that Skull Kid 3 used to use in his streams. Bottom of the hammer darker because the light is not hitting it. It's not as much. Yeah, that's a bit of a loud music there. Turn you down a bit. Okay. And the hair. There we go. Yeah, I'm kinda tired now. Been doing this for 3 hours, just about. Surprised you've been here this whole time, Bauer. Nice to have you. Nice of you and Shadow to show up. Always good having company. Okay. Now, color the barrel of the hammer. Oh, that sucks. Well, the PS2, though, did get quite the downgrade, usually, for games that were released on multiple systems. I know that the PS2 version of, like, Sonic Heroes was not as good as the GameCube one and stuff. Well, I'm happy that I could stream at a time where you weren't. Like, where it wasn't closer to sleeping time for you. I know you're on another part of the planet, so that's a bit iffy sometimes, but we made it work here. There we go. Same color in the eye. Well, I do know that 2 of the people I've had in my streams so far from Florida. I'm in Ohio currently. In America, all the states are... feels kinda like a country that's made up of a ton of other countries, since with how big some of the states are. Alright, I think that'll do. Yeah, let's, I'll color in this bug guy up here first. Change the music. Enough of the trumpet. There we go, some nice old Pokemon music. Well, I am happy that you approve of the malice. And I'm happy that this stream has been going this good. I did not expect this at all to work, even today. That it hasn't even disconnected. Which at this point, if it disconnects, it's just over, because we're at the very end of it. But wow, this has been such a more pleasant experience this time. Izar's foot soldiers from Jet Force Gemini. I want his tusk actually visible, so I won't make it that dark around that area. I guess I'll color and sculpt it a bit. Well, once again, this has been lovely having you here. I am glad you and Shadow could join me for today. Don't know how often I'll do streams, or if I'll do them again all that soon, but I just figured I'd give this whole thing a shot to see how it go, and how much people might tune into it and stuff. Nice to know that some of you do. Also don't know if it's like different times of the day you'll get different people to come or whatnot, but everything's a factor. Skull Kid. obviously would have to call him something different in the comics, so there's like no copyright thing going on. That was their username at least. Skull Kid 3. Put in a little shadow for him. Yeah, whenever I stream, I'm sure someone will see it. At this time of the day, I'm sure you'll get notified somehow. I think that'll do it, though. Pretty good amount of sketches here. Well, I guess thank you for attending. I do hope your day is going to go well, or I guess night for you. Hope the owls are behaving themselves and stuff. Ow, 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 ow. So much pain. Ouch. Oh. Well. But yeah, I guess that about does it here. I guess I would say stay tuned for more and stuff, but you, since you're the only one I know of here right now, already know where to find me at. You already see everything I do, so either way, I hope you have a good night and everything, and